great card on Saturday night, but for me, this fight is the fight of Fight Camp. It's my #1 pick for Fight Camp. Anytime two Brits get the chance to go at it for a genuine world title fight, the opportunity to change their life beyond their imaginations. Of course, Sheffield against Liverpool. Kid Galahad against JAZZA Dickens for the IBF featherweight world title, live on DAZN this Saturday from Fight Camp. We're going to go to the trainers first. Dominic Ingle, welcome. It's been a long time coming. Waiting and waiting, and of course the incredible Warrington-Lara drama, but forgetting that, it's here, Saturday night. Kid Galahad has a chance to become world champion.
Yeah, it's been a long time. He's been in camp almost from his last fight, not a year ago and off in February. So yeah, he's never been off it, and the time's arrived now, and on Saturday night he's going to take the belt and be world champion.
A lot of people debating the fight, debating the styles as well, but one thing they do talk about is activity. Of course, Kid last boxed in February 2020, I believe, almost 18 months ago by the time he steps into the ring as well. But we do also know he never leaves the gym, and literally for that 18-month period he hasn't left the gym, but JAZZA has been more active. An advantage for JAZZA, or confident that Kid's going to be fresh and ready to go?
It's always good to go through the process of, you know, making the weight, having the camps for the fights. It's good to have that. But when you're at the level that these two are, I don't think it counts for much, because it's all about keeping active during the time in between the fights. And, you know, Galahad has been a consummate pro. He kept moving, kept sparring, and he's kept active, and he's sharp. He's not going to ring rust. You know, there's less damage, there's less mileage on the clock. JAZZA has been two great fights. Great fight with recently crowned world champion Lee Wood. So what about that? You know, he's got the chance on Saturday night to take a title. If he doesn't, I think, you know, he might get another chance against Lee. But I don't think it's the inactivity on Galahad's part is going to play anything in this fight.
First fight, tremendous fight. You, of course, were in the corner for that fight as well. Expect another great fight on Saturday. Does that first fight play into anyone's mind, anyone's tactics as well? I mean, both guys are going to be desperate to take this opportunity.
I say way back then when that fight happened, they were both big prospects at the time. You didn't see fights like that of that magnitude at that time. Two guys fighting for a British title, and it was a cracking fight, and it was nip and tuck all the way. You know, JAZZA was probably slightly in front in that fight until Galahad caught him with I think the left hand and stopped him. And look how the paths have gone since. You know, JAZZA's had great fights, been some good fighters, Regandao, and this is where they are now back in a world title fight. So it just shows the level of both fighters. And I don't think that first fight will have anything to do with this one. I think it's going to be a totally different fight.
Thanks, Dom. Derry, huge moment for you in the gym, and of course Georgie Vaughan and the team as well. You've been involved in some big fights as well. This is a massive fight for British boxing, a massive fight for JAZZA, and one that someone's got to grab with both hands.
Yeah, it is, Ed. It's also life-changing for either fighter. But we know JAZZA had a great camp. Georgie is our coach. Georgie's done, and myself have done everything right what's been asked of Jazz. Jazz has done everything right what we've asked of him. So we're looking forward to it. I know Jazz he's coming off 3 great wins, well 4 great wins I should say. Picking up a couple of belts on the way, getting good rounds in, making things easy, making good fights look easy, hard fights look easy. So we know we're ready. Jazz is ready, and we're looking forward to it. Talk
about that inactivity. I mean, you can argue it either side as well, but definitely in the argument, better to be the active one. It is, but we know Barry's a true athlete. He's a true fighter. He's a true professional, I should say. He lives in the gym, along like Jazz. But we know that we've been active. We've had against good opposition. Lee Wood, who's become world champion the weekend. Jazz had a great performance against him, a great win. Walsh in the golden contract final. Everyone was saying, you know, it's going to be a tough fight, but we had a game plan, what Jazz stuck to. George came up with a game plan where we were going to make it easy. Jazz has stuck to it, and I thought it was a tremendous boxing skills he used that night, and I won the fight convincingly. And we've boxed good opponents coming up to this, and we know we're ready. Obviously, you've had massive support from the city yourself, and we know they really get behind their own, but a massive life-changing opportunity and a great story in JAZZA Dickens if he can become world champion on Saturday. Yeah, it is, but this guy deserves all the credit himself. He's a proper athlete, and people always talk about him. You know, he stops for everyone. He's a people's champion. He's a true champion. He's a true athlete, and Saturday night it's about him being world champion, and then, you know, big things to come in the city for him. Thanks, Derry. Barry, Kid, massive opportunity, something you've dreamed of for a long time on Saturday night. you go out there to become world champion. This is the moment of your career on Saturday.
100%. You know, it's been a long time coming. I'm just focused. I can't wait. Saturday night, I'm going to be IBF champion of the world, and I'm just focused, Eddie. You know what I mean? I'm just in the zone.
Talk about that first fight. I know that, you know, whether it has a bearing or not, it was a tremendous fight. You know, we go back to that when we're selling this fight, when we're telling people to tune in as well. Slightly behind in that fight before you got the stoppage, but we expect another tremendous battle on Saturday.
100%. You know, JAZZA is a tough fight for anyone, it doesn't matter what level. And, you know, to be honest with you, I can't actually remember nothing from the first fight. I don't even remember what happened yesterday, let alone what happened 10 years ago. I'm not, you know, I just focus on what's ahead, and I'm focused on Saturday night and doing a job on JAZZA Dickens.
I know you're not looking beyond that, but, you know, you look at the Lee Wood victory, and obviously Warrington Lara coming up. The division is red hot amongst Brits, but also on a world level as well. Life-changing victory on Saturday.
Every fight is life-changing, Eddie. You know, for me, every fight is life and death, and that's it. You know, Saturday night, it's not going to be no different.
JAZZA, you know, we saw a Cinderella story last week with Lee Wood, you know, someone that you defeated not long ago. We know you've got a city behind you, and that's not really going to matter on Saturday, is it? You just have to be the better fighter on the night and somehow get your hands on that red and gold belt.
Yes, of course. I've had great preparations, thanks to my team, MTK, all my team around me. I'm grateful to be on this platform, DAZN, and my team kicking off great night ahead. It's amazing what you've done, by the way. Congratulations to you on my own career. If I was to be guided towards this fight in any way by yourself or anyone else in the game, it'd probably be just how it's gone. I've had great preparation, great fights leading up to this point, and to fight for the world title, I've ticked every box below, so now I'm in a good position now. I've done everything professionally, I'm strong, I'm ready to fight.
People talk about the slickness of Kid Galahad. Obviously, you've boxed him before as well, but is it a case of going out there and winning the rounds? You have to be ferocious yourself. You need to be extremely active in this fight, and you have to take this opportunity come Saturday.
Of course I have to take the opportunity, but not on his terms, you know. He might be slick, but I'm better, you know what I mean? I'm a good fighter. I know what I can do. He can be as slick as he wants, but slick doesn't inflict any pain on me, do you know what I mean? He can be slick as he likes, so I'll win the fight how I'm going to win the fight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Talk about game plans and stuff like that. I don't really consider game plans too much because they go out the window when something's going well. You keep doing it, do you know what I mean? And you adapt on the fly when you can. So I'll be resilient in there, and I will also be able to adapt to anything that he brings.
I know you've paid your dues in this sport, and to become a world champion would be massive for you and the city. But what would it really mean to you on Saturday night, of everything that you've given to the sport and this sport has given to you, to have your arm raised on Saturday as the world champion would be massive in the life of JAZZA Dickens?
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best in it to think like that, and you know, this sport, it's the best and it's the worst in it. And I've suffered both sides. You know what I mean? Not suffered. I've endured both the worst, and I've come through it. And to get my crown there, the red and gold belt, it'll be beautiful, and I'm grateful to be on this platform, like I say.
Well, JAZZA, kid, I wish you the best of luck. This is a tremendous fight. Two Brits going for ultimate glory on Saturday night. The IBF featherweight world title right outside there in the garden at Fight Camp, live and exclusive on DAZN. It's Sheffield against Liverpool. Absolutely everything on the line. Gents, if we can have a head-to-head here, please.